you've seen the whole film. I mean, does it glorify freedom and private property, or does it glorify government welfare, feed your people?
It really, there's a lot of subconscious layers, but what it really glorifies and it quintessentially goes after is softening the mind and perception of the American people, of the rest of the world, for dictatorship. You know, as we have Cuba and now in North Korea, we're putting these dictators on a pedestal, and we're probably the next movie to come out will be about, you know, the dictatorship of Cuba. So,
well, you know, Kim Jong-un, who is obsessed with Hollywood, must love this big controversy in a movie about him.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he loves this movie. Yeah, I'm sure he really enjoys this movie, even though it shows him crying and whatnot. But you know, it does humanize him.
But then in the background, the whole thing's a scam for a dud of a movie to get a bunch of hype-driven people to go out and watch it, and to get the right wing to go out and watch it, saying it's their patriotic duty to watch it so that they won't put up with censorship. They're now agreeing with Obama, who came out to defend the First Amendment when he normally attacks it.
It's your patriotic duty not to watch it.
All right, folks, there's some clips of this for the purpose of review and analysis of this fraud on the people. We'll be back with some final calls. Thank you, John Bound. I'm Alex Jones.
Hi, Alex. I just spoke to my wife, who's presently in Russia, 2 days ago, and the prices of bread and cookies, the only thing she looked on the shelves and she was shocked, went up 2 to 3 times. And the same thing is happening in Belarus, same thing is happening in Ukraine. These people won't even be able to afford bread. They won't be able to afford medicine. The kids won't have enough to eat. They won't have enough money to pay for the fuel, if they have a fuel charge or something like that.
Russia is being put into a total depression. George Soros publicly brags about it, the guy that wants our guns, and they're going to do it to us after they're done with Russia. It's sick.
You're right on target. That's exactly what I was going to say. They're basically being the prototype to see if we're going to do something about it. And this nation better start repenting. And I mean really repenting in a religious way. Otherwise, it's coming upon us, too. Gloating over this won't help. But I think we should all go to the stores where they have the discount cards for Christmas and send Mr. Soros a nice card and saying, we know what you're doing. We appreciate that, if you keep doing this, we know where you live. And he lives at 136 Catito, Cantitoe Street at Katona, New York, zip 10536.
Well, listen, here's the deal. I don't want to get into the whole thing with George Soros. He bragged that he was behind the Ukraine thing. He's just completely out of his mind, Nazi collaborator, gets away with it. But he's only one big problem in all of this. But I just pray for peace, and the globalists are waging war against all of our nations. It's evil. Thank you, George. Let's go ahead and take another call here. Dan in Arizona, you're on the air. Welcome.
Hey there. Hey, I hope you guys all had a good Christmas. And
hope you did as well, brother.
Right. So, wanted to tell you right off the bat, I've listened to you for, I think, 8 or 9 years. I love you, buddy. You've definitely changed my life since I started listening to you. Gotta say, though, you'd mentioned earlier with that Vatican call about doing an episode on them and all the other groups. I definitely think you should do it. That would be a great idea, because I don't like how the answer was, or how the question was answered. I think it needs to be looked at a little bit more. We know they have something.
Well, look, I know it'll get ratings to sit there and talk about the Masons and this and that, and it's just I'm trying to promote basic private property, freedom, the right to self-defense, sovereignty, so much of the liberty movement, because it gets listeners up front, but over time everybody tunes out, and it doesn't help anybody just blaming groups all day. Obviously, the Vatican's fascinating, and I threw out everything on the Vatican. I got another caller that wants to talk about it, about the Vatican involved in the EU. Behind that, the Vatican involved with the open borders. I mean, how did you not like the way I answered it?
I think just when it gets brought up, let's kind of look at it like when we talk about Obama. His name gets thrown into this show every single day, but we all know he's not the guy at the top. He's a player in it, but we know he's not the one making these decisions for the most part, but we still throw his name out there every time. It's just like the Vatican. They're not the be-all, end-all, but they do play a role, and I think it should be looked at more.
Sure. I mean, I think the Vatican's powers declined, actually. And I think that's why you see the media attacking it all the time. Doesn't mean it's good, overall good, though. Hold on. I got to go to another Vatican question, so I got to let you go. Overdrive coming up. See you this Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. Great job to the crew.
Genesis Communications Radio Network.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with super male or super female vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put 2 and 2 together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor just won't quit.